Today I'm joined by Sally Price, our UK Compliance Manager. Sally and the wider team here at Exclusive Networks have been working on an exciting bug hotel project in partnership with our charity Treloar. What inspired the idea of the bug hotel and how did this initiative come about?
Myself and Graham Ainsley, who's our Director of Operations and Commercial, we're always looking at ways of how we can kind of support the environment, increase what we're doing around biodiversity. But we have to be a bit creative because we don't actually manufacture or make anything. So Graham actually came up with the idea of, we've got all these pallets in our warehouse, some of which we can't reuse, and they kind of essentially go and get scrapped or recycled. And we thought about, could we use the wood from those to kind of create something into volunteering days, but actually what would be better is if we just use them as they are. So then we started looking into these kind of giant bug hotels that we could make, and also what we'd need as well as the pallets. And then it sort of started as purely biodiversity, but actually it's quickly become a recycling project, a reusable project, an education piece as well. And then we thought, where are we going to put these? And the obvious place to start with was Treloar's and the amazing sort of grounds they've got.
Can you tell us what steps we've taken to bring these bug hotels to life?
First of all, we had the idea, but then we had no idea what we were doing. So we did a lot of research into actually how to make the hotels, but more importantly, were we doing something that's going to kind of invite invasive species into? So we actually reached out to a local network called Alton Climate Action Network, run by a lady called Jenny Griffiths, and she actually worked with us to tell us actually what kind of species we'll be kind of inviting in. And then we actually got her on our first volunteering day to do a talk at Treloar's as well about the benefits of bug hotels. We obviously had to research how to even make them and what materials we'd need. So it's not just the pallets, you need bricks, plastic bottles, cardboard, bamboo. And it didn't feel right, where this is a recycling project, to go out and buy a load of bricks or buy a load of plastic bottles, etc., and straw. So we actually then started ringing around local businesses. So we actually got a load of bricks, over 100 bricks from Travis Perkins that they were about to skip because they were no good to be sold on. So we're really kind of interested in that kind of authentic recycling project. Local riding schools for the disabled, can give us straw. And actually, when we first went out to Treloar's with Andy, we also found there was quite a lot of stuff on site they were looking to get rid of or recycle. So kind of pulling all that in together as well. So it's turned me and Graham into kind of scavengers because we go around Alton being like, oh, we could use that.
We'll take that.
Exactly. But yeah, I think it's important that we don't just go and spend a load of money on new stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, that kind of goes against what we're trying to achieve. So,
how does this initiative benefit the students in the school?
What we've tried to do is involve the students as much as possible as well. So we had guest speakers come at the start of our first volunteering day to talk to them about kind of the good stuff they're doing around Alton. Also the benefits of having bug hotels on sites. So we had about 30 students attend that first talk on the first day. So they really loved that, and they could get to learn a bit more about the bug hotels and what they're going to be doing on site. We've put 8 up so far, and they're along their kind of racetrack, which they use a lot in the summer. But actually we're going to keep going next year and build as many bug hotels as we've kind of got pallets for. And we're going to also move into their sensory garden. When Jenny came to do the talk, she said actually it can take 2 to 3 years for bugs to actually start inhabiting the hotels. But on our last day at Treloar's, we'd already seen sort of beetles and centipedes start to come in. So the students will be able to see those sort of like grow over time. On our other volunteering days, we'd like to get them involved in actually making them as well. And maybe, sort of filming us on the day, because I know a lot of them have got kind of the technology and cameras, etc. So yeah, we want them to be as involved as possible in the initiative, but also learn about the benefits of having those.
No, amazing. Thank you very much, Sally.